Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Rahu through nakshatras. And today, we're going to be covering Rahu in Vishaka nakshatra. And what happens when Rahu is in the nakshatra of Vishaka in your horoscope. Which means it could be in the sign of Scorpio or in Libra, because Vishaka is a nakshatra. It's a constellation working behind the scenes of a zodiac sign. So it's like, the motor behind the zodiac sign. So Vishaka comes into play. And any nakshatra in Vedic astrology has 4 padhas. So the first 3 padhas of this nakshatra falls under Libra. The last pada, the 4th pada, falls in Scorpio. So now you have Rahu coming in this nakshatra. So what does it represent? And as always, if you do not know where your Rahu is placed, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, what your other planetary placements are, for that check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology Conjunction and Aspects of the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, Rahu in Vishaka nakshatra. See, Vishaka is a nakshatra. It's quite a very powerful nakshatra, first of all. It's a nakshatra, the only nakshatra in the constellation that has planets exalted and debilitated at the same time, while those planets go polar opposite in the Navamsha. Because Saturn is exalted at the 20th degree in the Vishaka nakshatra, but is debilitated in the Navamsha. Moon is debilitated in the 4th pada of Vishaka nakshatra, but it is its own sign of Cancer in the Navamsha. Sun is debilitated in the 1st pada of Vishaka nakshatra, but it's exalted in the Navamsha chart. So what does this show? Just this knowing this factor of Vishaka shows the polarity of this nakshatra. This nakshatra has this fire and water element together. It has the yin and the yang together. Which means what? This is the nakshatra of manifestation. This is the nakshatra that a person can manifest their desires into reality by being consistent, persistent. However, Vishaka is a nakshatra. It's symbolized by the potter's wheel, right? And the archway. Archway literally represents the yoni of a woman, which also shows that there's great desire for sexual energy within them. And at the same time, the potter's wheel shows manifestations of different things. But what does potter's wheel does? It shapes things. It can make a glass to a pot, anything. So this is the symbolism that shows that this person is able to manifest whatever they want, however they want in their life, however they want their life to be. There's a great class on my nakshatra section of my channel where Dr. Arjun Pai came and talked about this nakshatra literally for like 2 hours. And he said he could go on for like 6 hours talking about Vishaka nakshatra. So imagine just how much information one nakshatra has. So this is why I salute these scholars. I mean, I know that Dr. Arjun Pai is doing some crazy original work on nakshatra, which you guys will find out soon. I'm hoping he finishes these things on time. I'm eager. But now you have this Asura Rahu coming into this play. You have Rahu stepping into the nakshatra of Vishaka. And Rahu is this energy that consumes, right? Rahu is never satisfied. And Vishaka is a nakshatra that's never satisfied. It needs more and more and more and more. This is why this fire storm, this fire and water storm is represented by this nakshatra. Because fire will keep burning, keep consuming, right? If you don't stop the fire, okay, and if there's no rain, the fire will keep burning, and it'll burn like thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of acres. So Rahu, what happens here? And especially this is an outcast nakshatra. meaning the caste of this nakshatra is the outcast, meaning they do things in a very awkward way. They do things outside the norms of society. If the society said you should do this and this and this, Vishaka nakshatra person will say, no, I'm going to do this, this, and then this. That's how I'm going to perceive my life. So they look at things differently. They don't want to do things systematically. But they do want to do things systematically. Okay, so let me explain that too. This is a very interesting nakshatra. Because of the fact they're outcast, they're outside of the system. Okay? Everybody's in the system trying to figure things out. And they're like, I'm outside the system. I don't want to follow the system. But what they do is whatever that is a chaos within the system, they take that and they put it in an arranged form. That's what Vishaka nakshatra is. They're able to manifest things in a very orderly fashion outside of the perspective of the normal human being. So Rahu in this nakshatra, first of all, and this is the nakshatra quality of tamas, rajas, and sattva. And because it represents tamas quality, Rahu is a tamasic planet. So only the tamasic energy will really be overblown. So here, Rahu can really become a sexual deviant person. This is the person, yes, as much as you may have Rahu in this, but you can find people who can become rapists, somebody who can become molester in this, somebody, because what happens is Rahu is not able to control the energy, especially in Scorpio, the fourth padha. The padha where it's chaos. Scorpio is a chaotic sign. Rahu is a chaotic energy. You're putting two chaotic energies together. What are you going to have? What do you think is going to happen? It's not going to cancel each other. It's going to become more chaotic. And Rahu wants that sexual power. They force themselves onto the sexual power. But they also demand the other powers. So this is where that negative tendency can come out. Where you have a gang member, a gangster. He gets women in the evening, forces upon himself upon these women. And then he's also doing all kinds of illegal drug deals, weapon deals, bringing chaos into the city so his weapons are used more. All of these things are that Rahu energy because Rahu feels like, I don't know what to do here with this energy because I am feeling overbloated with this energy. So I'm going to take it out in different things. And this does not happen to everybody who has Rahu in fourth padha of this nakshatra or any padha of this nakshatra. Remember, you gotta have other malefic influences on Rahu. Rahu has to be part of a certain yoga for you to become this type of a person. Rahu has to be in a certain house for you to become this part of a person. But that energy is there. It's vulnerable. So especially people who have sexual addictions. They don't need to be rapists. They don't need to be, malevolent people. They may just be addicted to sex. They may be addicted to, sexual behavior, promiscuous behavior. That can be represented with this Rahu. But also what happens with Rahu in Vishaka nakshatra, regardless of the fact if it's in Scorpio or Libra, it becomes a very, very ambitious entrepreneurial person. They are the people who want to get the money so they can buy the $1,000 champagne and they can buy that Ferrari and they can show off. Like these are the people you'll notice. If you have this, you're the one who wants to make sure that the lighting is right and the setting is right. You're looking good when you take a selfie. Very self-absorbed type of a Rahu. Rahu wants to show this great illusion. Like, yes, I am in front of a yacht in the middle of a sea and you see like girls in bikini in the back and they're taking their selfie. But guess what? That's the illusion that they're giving. Internally, they may not be owning that boat. They may not be even on that boat. It might be just a green screen Photoshop effect. But what happens is that energy overblows. So now they want to look big, like CEO, some CFO, some entrepreneurial person. But also that ambitious is there to achieve these things. Especially in the Libra side of things, Rahu really becomes quite capable of balancing out their spiritual and their material life together. Because remember, this is a nakshatra that represents polarity. One side is in the spiritual side, one side is in the material side. However, early on in life, there's more of the material side to this life. Later on, once you are over the age of 36, once you are married, the spiritual side takes over even more than anything else. So what happens is, as much as these people wanted to pursue the material things in life, suddenly what happens is they become obsessed about the spiritual things in life. But especially with Rahu, it becomes an obsession. Meaning, like, how a person is greatly obsessed with wanting to have the biggest mansion, all the fame, the biggest car, the most expensive car. But then also Rahu's polarity takes him into the obsessive side of mysticism, obsessive side of spirituality. Like they're so consumed, nothing else matters. And what happens with this, a preacher with this Rahu in Vishaka nakshatra will really want to lay upon their ideas onto other people for a selfish reason. Like, yes, follow what I'm saying because that is what I want you to do. I want you to be subservient to me and my ideas, whether they're entrepreneurial ideas, whether they're spiritual ideas. Yet the strive to conquer things, strive to conquer, certain industries, certain worlds, certain realms is absolutely very much there, energized. Like, I want to make that. How do I make that big money? Let's do it. So, and they always work towards it because Rahu is consuming. It's never satisfied. So they're always wanting to just work. Till the day they die, they want to keep like accumulating that wealth. It's never enough for them. So basically what happens in this nakshatra, the sexual energy is really haywire. They become extremely obsessive about relationships, especially in the first 2-3 padas that are in the Libra nakshatra or in the Libra sign. These people must have relationship constantly. They cannot understand themselves and their desire and their goals unless they're in a relationship. In the pada 4 is the most chaotic pada. For them, relationship doesn't matter except that sexual, intercourse, that sexual energy. But of course, like I said, planetary influence, yogas, house placements will really determine this energy of Rahu. But especially with the Pada 4, which is the Moksha Pada, they make some of the most or some of the best tantrics. Because Tantra is that Scorpion energy. Vishaka is a nakshatra of that fire god, that water god, that yin-yang coming together. They can control this dark and light world. But it comes out of a lot of chaos. Lot of transformation in their life. Lot of upheaval in their life in order for them to find this power within themselves. Okay? So guys, this is my analysis of Rahu in Vishaka Nakshatra. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your Rahu is placed, all my books, planetary placements, boards, consultation, for that check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.